Hey y'all, welcome back to Keeping Up with Christy. I'm Christy and this is my husband Neil. Say hey Neil.
Hey y'all.
So Neil has another chemo treatment tomorrow, and what we have been doing for the past few weeks while he's been going through these is on Mondays we ask him what he wants to eat and we make sure that what we fix is something you really like.
Yeah.
And I think he's getting into the fall mood of things, y'all, because he asked for French onion soup and roast beef sandwiches. So he doesn't very often ask for soup.
No.
I mean, you'll eat it, but it's not what you're usually asking for. So he asked for it, and I thought, oh, that sounds good. So we've been enjoying this cooler temperatures, and we're ready for our soups. And so this is one that I don't make very often. So I was excited when he asked for it. So I'm going to show you some footage right here of how I got this started. Y'all, it's a little bit of a labor of love, but it's not hard. It's just kind of tedious. You gotta stand there with it a little bit. But here you go. Watch this. This is how it gets started. So y'all, this is the most time-consuming and tedious part of French onion soup, but it's not hard in any way. And that is just breaking down your onions and slicing those up nice and thin. And I just usually like to work on a chop block right beside of my Dutch oven or my pot that I'm going to be using, so that as I am chopping, I can start just dropping it right into the oil that is in that pan. And so I just chop and drop right there, and then I can get those started and then keep chopping onions over on the side, which is what I did. So you're just working on getting some kind of brown color going in there. Now, there's no salt or anything to draw out water. It is just onions and the olive oil. And as the brown starts to happen, then I add in a couple of tablespoons of butter. And then that butter, of course, is going to go in there and make more browning start to happen. And so you just continue to work and stir and work and stir. Like I said, not hard, just kind of tedious to kind of create that color, but that color makes this wonderful, yummy stock when added with the beef broth later. Then you can see the color really starts to develop. And when that happens, it's time to add some salt and a little bit of sugar. So it's a teaspoon of sugar and a teaspoon of salt. And they go in here at the end. And then we're fixing to add in the rest now that the color has developed. So now you're back with us, and we're at the point where we've got our salt and our sugar in there. It's just a little bit of both, you saw that. And now we're gonna put in a couple of cloves worth of garlic. And we have all this yummy brown color in this pan, which is perfect because it's time for that brown color to get up there and really enrich the soup, make it nice and yummy. You see all that, babe?
See it.
These onions used to be white.
I know, it smells good.
They are no longer white. All right, nice color on that, and they're nice and caramelized. Abby, you want to come in and have a look?
And the good stuff on the bottom's gonna come off when you put the liquid in
Yeah,
there?
exactly. So the first, now that we just got our garlic in there, I'm gonna kind of let that get in there and warm up and get acclimated. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is pour in half a cup of white wine. So that's the first liquid that'll go in and kind of help. Now I did turn my heat down just a touch, but it's still nice and hot in this Dutch oven. But I've got it turned back up now.
Ooh, white wine.
Yeah, and you can add, some recipes call for dry white wine, some call for cooking sherry or sherry. We had this because y'all know I make a white wine cake. If you haven't seen that, I have a video of it, I'm pretty sure. Don't I? Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. And so we have white wine in the house for making a cake. And so this is a good way to use a little bit of it up. It was actually the last in the bottle, so I was able to get rid of that bottle that way. Then it calls for 8 cups of beef broth, which is, babe, you can help open that one for me. Give it a little shake. Which is 2 of these cartons like that. The 32 ounce. You just have to have 2 of them. Now, you can be fancy and make your own beef broth, but why would you? Sometimes with the chicken broth especially, I'll do that, but
This goes in too?
beef broth, yeah, go ahead.
Whole
I'm gonna
thing, huh?
make sure and buy that usually. I don't have any bones laying around to make broth. Throw it in there. So I will link the recipe for this down below. Whole thing, give it a squeeze. There you go. Yeah, that's what you were worried about, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's okay, we know it wasn't you. We know. I won't blame you. So I will link the recipe down below for this soup that we're making. I just went and found one that I like the look of, and we'll make sure and link it down below. But there was something else I was gonna say. Does anybody remember what it was? Do you remember what it was? Oh, okay. So what I was gonna say was this. It's really simple and easy. It's kind of labor intensive as far as the fact that you have to cut up all those onions, and I need that back. There we go. You have to cut up all those onions, and you kind of just have to stand here and stir and do that. It takes about 45 minutes to get from the time you chopped them and dropped them till this point where you're ready to put in your stock in your wine. Now the last thing we're gonna do is add in our seasonings. So this recipe calls for 2 bay leaves. So we have those. I love bay leaves. Can you smell? You can't smell anything.
Let me see.
You really can't?
No.
COVID.
No, don't scare me like that. What's this?
I'm just kidding. He doesn't have COVID. And then it's a
I
little
smell that.
bit of black pepper. And remember, we just put in the teaspoon of salt, plus then the beef broth has salt. What is this? This is thyme leaves, and that's why he said I can smell that. So Neil and my dad, they do not like thyme. Abby doesn't either. She's shaking her head behind the camera. They don't like thyme, but this, all basically French
Baby,
onion
that will be
soups
good. Just, I promise.
call for it. So it calls for 1/2 of a teaspoon of dry. But y'all, this is all I'm gonna do. Like 1, 2 shakes, which is like a pinch. It's not even 1/8 of a teaspoon. It's literally a pinch. If you're using fresh thyme, like they call for like 2 or 3 sprigs
Okay.
to be thrown in. So,
I'll let you get by with that.
okay, a little bit of something. All right, I think that's it. Don't you?
Yep.
That's it. Oh, and it said that 2 tablespoons of brandy is optional. So if you got some brandy laying around,
Throw some brandy in
if
it.
you want to, it says you can. So now that we have it all in there, it will just sit here and simmer for like 30 minutes. You can let it go, I guess, as long as you want to, but the recipe says 30 minutes. So once we bring it up to a little boil, I'll turn it down and let it just sit here, do its thing. And then we'll show you in a little bit how we do the French bread croutons and cheese.
Cheese.
We bought this. No, I know. Yeah. We bought these like Kaiser rolls from the bakery, and we just get them home and cut them apart. And then we also bought 2 pounds of roast beef. Y'all, this is the most expensive part of the meal, but we were taking a help. Yeah, I didn't cook roast beef. We're just taking a help, but it's good
Wow.
quality roast beef. But it's also, I had Abby pick it up for me today and get thick cut. So I didn't want to use thin shaved. So we got thick cut. And then we'll decide how much we're gonna put on each sandwich. Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Are you?
Yeah.
You like that big slab of meat?
Man, yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna make a sauce to go on this. Now I don't have a recipe. I've seen some recipes, yeah, but none of them quite had everything I wanted. So I decided to make my own. You know, you can do that. So I'm gonna put in 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. Does that look like that?
Close enough.
I think so. I think it's like about 1/2 cup. You want to take that for me?
I got you.
Well, you don't have to put it away.
Oh, we'll use it.
No, but you can just hang on. Then I'm gonna do, make a mess, a couple of tablespoons of sour cream. Creamy. Our soup's
I
looking-
turn that down.
It's all the way on low already.
Oh.
A couple of heaping tablespoons probably of sour cream. Okay. And then,
Abby's favorite.
oh, Abby's favorite, the,
Mayonnaise and sour cream.
oh, but Abby will eat sauces.
Yeah.
She doesn't like mayonnaise and sour cream necessarily separate, but she likes them
Mixed
in
together.
sauces. And she really likes Dijon mustard.
Yeah.
Make sure this is shook. And I'm gonna put a couple of tablespoons of Dijon. I just think that'll be good with the roast beef. And then we have prepared horseradish. And of course, we know that goes good with beef.
Don't go crazy on that now. It's
Now,
hot.
don't go crazy now.
Don't stump your toe.
Do what, Abby? That's the good part. This is the good part. See,
Oh.
Abby doesn't like necessarily a lot of spicy stuff, but she likes horseradish. I think a couple of teaspoons. Abby's giving me the go-ahead.
Okay, that's enough.
Little head shaking. I think so.
Yeah, that should be. We'll taste it. You
Okay.
can always put more.
That's true. We can't always put more.
Can't
All
take it
right.
out.
Thank you for your moderation, honey. Give me a little bit of salt
Just
there.
the salt.
Yes, and a little bit of pepper. We're just going to do a couple of shakes. A couple of good shakes.
That's
Yeah.
good.
All right. And then this is going to be our condiment on the sandwiches. And like I said, I don't have a recipe for this,
Hold that
so
spoon up.
we might have to add more. We might have to add
I'll
more
try it.
mustard. Just to hold your finger out. How about I do it like that? So you don't touch the spoon. Let's see.
I think you could use a little more horseradish.
Mm,
It's good though.
that's really good.
Mm.
Does it need more mustard? Wait, there's the horseradish. Feel it? You still feel it? COVID.
Not COVID. Don't scare me like
I'm
that.
just teasing.
That's the one. Y'all, I do have a froggy throat.
He does.
But
He got
I
a little
don't
allergy issue.
COVID.
Okay. That's good.
That is good.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Just a touch more
Okay.
Dijon. Maybe another
Let Abby try it. She'll take it.
teaspoon. And
That's good,
I think
though.
it needs a little more salt too.
Yeah, maybe just a hair. I don't know. Just a smidge.
I hear you. It's got to be well seasoned. And then it's going to sit and hang out until we're ready.
No, that's good though.
I like the look of that now. Give that a try. Oh yeah. That's perfect now. That's perfect.
Perfect, just like you.
Oh, that's so sweet of you to say.
That's 2 videos in a row.
Was that last video?
Yeah.
All right, now let's see. Oh, so we're gonna make onions. More onions.
More onions.
So I was thinking this sandwich might be really good to have like a caramelized, cooked down balsamic vinegar
Yeah.
onion, almost like an onion marmalade.
You
kind
could
of
even
thing.
do mushrooms if you have them.
If you have them, but we don't.
We don't have them.
But what you think about that idea with the
I
onions?
think it's a good idea.
Oh, you know who won't like it though is Madison. But we can just let her not have them on hers.
Yeah, should be okay.
Okay. I think that's what we're going to do next. All right, let's get an onion. Find me one of those, please. Okay. So for the onions, we're going to put a little bit of olive oil in the pan
Yeah.
and a little bit of butter.
A little bit of butter can't hurt nothing.
And we're going to let them get in there and start to melt.
I'm ready. Man, that is a lot of them.
And we're making a recipe for 6 sandwiches.
Is that gonna be my stir?
And we'll probably have a little bit left over. Yeah, we can.
We'll use this thing.
I don't know that we'll have any onions left over, but we'll have roast beef left over. All right, so the onions are caramelizing, doing everything in the olive oil and butter, and now we're gonna put in about, I don't know, that's probably a quarter of a teaspoon of salt.
Good pinch.
Good pinch. And then about the same thing, and a little bit of sugar. Not too much, just a touch. And we're gonna add some balsamic vinegar.
Let me do that. Oh, you
Well,
got
I'll
it.
tell you what, I'll do it, but you keep stirring them for me and moving them around. Here we go. Move it around the pan. It'll take your breath away. Yeah.
So like I was at a rock concert.
Yeah. Those are looking nice and caramelized. The only other thing I might would put in them is a little Worcestershire sauce. Maybe you're drinking.
We don't have any. I don't care.
Since we're out. So these are the toast pieces that we're going to put into each of our bowls of soup. We just took a French loaf, sliced it thin, put a little olive oil, toasted them up, brought them out, covered them in Parmesan cheese and provolone cheese, stuck those back in the oven to get melty. You'll see those in a bit. Then we went on to assembling our sandwiches. So we took that homemade creamy sauce with the horseradish in it that we made. Neil's putting that on both sides of the bread, nice and thick. And then we heated that roast beef up in the oven just so it would be warmed through already. And then we're putting it onto the sandwiches. Then we'll add our onion jam, marmalade if you will. And we'll put that on the sandwiches next, and then top all of them with provolone cheese, stick them in the oven, and let everything get all nice and melty and warm through. And then it's going to be time to serve. There you go. Yum, yum. That's going to go in our soup. Okay, so real quick, while we're waiting on our, set that right there. I'm not going to make a mess or get burned. Perfect. Come here.
Yeah.
So while we're waiting on our cheese to melt real quick, we just wanted to give you a quick update. Neil is doing really good, and we're just praising the Lord for that. Glad that he's having an easier time now with his treatments, and things have gone well. He is still fatigued, tired, struggles with that, struggles with not being able to be the one who goes out and weed eats and mows and does all the stuff he's supposed to do.
Just does the manly stuff.
But I've told him it's fine, it's just for a season, and so we're gonna get through that season, and then we're gonna be on the other side of it when he's healed, and he's gonna be back at everything he loves to do. Y'all don't see it, but this is an easy, simple supper, and he's here helping me and doing stuff, but then he'll say, hold on, I need to go sit down. And he'll stop, and he goes and takes breaks where he has to sit down and just take it easy for a minute, because everything hurts and he gets tired. And so y'all just keep remembering him in your prayer. He won't tell you those parts.
No.
So I'll tell him. So we cover your prayers still, and we love you guys, and we appreciate you watching and subscribing and following along. And we just love it when you comment that you're praying for us and thinking about us and enjoy watching us. So it helps. It helps his heart, takes care of his boo-boos.
I love doing this. Y'all know that. So please like, subscribe, click the bell, and also share this video. It helps us out tremendously. This video we're filming on Monday night, and I'll be going tomorrow to get my chemo, and it's number 3. We're halfway there, guys, halfway. So I'm excited about that, and I'm praying it goes well.
John Bon Jovi song?
Oh, but halfway there.
There you go.
All right.
All right, so we're going to say bye here, but you can keep watching the footage. We're going to show you what the sandwiches look like, show what our bowls of soup look like, but y'all, we got to eat.
Bye, y'all.
So we love ya. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Y'all, these sandwiches came out so good, and I was so glad that he had the idea that he wanted roast beef sandwiches and French onion soup, because it was all so delicious. It's perfect for these fall nights. It's not hard to make, and it all turned out delicious. So I hope you give it a try, and if you do, leave us a comment down below and let us know what you thought. And if you're not sure if you would like something with all the onion in it, well, it doesn't taste oniony. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's just nice and rich and delicious. So I hope you'll enjoy it if you give it a try. Thanks for watching, y'all. We appreciate it. Bye-bye.